Carol Baskins killed him.
Yeah,
that's perfect.
He tried to outdo David Blaine's challenge. He's like, I got to get to this COVID thing before David Blaine does, and didn't work.
He did
not work.
It never works.
He's like, all right, as you can see, I have COVID-19 inside of my system right now, and I'm gonna make it magically disappear.
Yeah. Whatever happened to modern day magicians now? Like they don't get a chance.
Yeah. Wild China.
They did something that no other magician could do and totally disappear from TV.
Oh yeah, it's strange how Harry Houdini died on stage.
Yeah.
Dude comes into the back room on him, and he's like, "Hey, Harry, is it cool if I punch you in the stomach?" And he's like, "Yeah, I guess."
As hard as you can. I have abs of steel.
His appendix bursts, and he's like, "Oh, the show must go on." It's like, dude, you could reschedule. What's going on with you?
Yeah,
just go to the hospital.
Yeah, I'm in excruciating pain, but we'll do this and then we'll go.
Yeah. I've done that with some shows, and they've worked out before where you're like deathly sick, but and showtime is the only day that you got sick where you're like, all right, I got everything ready, prepare for the whole week, and then bam, deathly sick.
Oh yeah, yeah.
First 8 minutes are kind of tough, but then you trudge on through with the whole idea, and right off stage, it's like, oh man, people would wonder, they're like, oh man, he must be sick. He's drinking Coors Light. Can you see that? He's drinking Coors Light.
Whoa.
Jeff must be in some bad shape.
How dare you drink flavored water?
Yeah. I'm drinking something that's one component away from gasoline, and you're worried that it's not the gasoline that you... All right.
Go figure. Hey, I shared a story with Kevin a little bit earlier, Spark, and there's this guy named Anthony Griggs. Now, he's not necessarily important or famous or anything like that, but he did have an extraordinary feat this week when he involved himself in the... Let me see here. It's called the Golf Week Amateur Tour. Golf Week Amateur Tour. Now, this particular guy won the tour with only one club. He never used any other club besides one club. He used a putter to drive the ball, which he could apparently do over 200 yards. He used it for the fairway, bunkers, and greens. Guess where he bought this particular club that he was using?
Probably Walmart.
You would be ashamed of yourself, Sparky, if you said the thrift store. $2.99.
If you're buying golf clubs from Walmart, it's like buying golf clubs from the thrift store.
Yeah, apparently he bought a $2.99 golf club from the thrift store. He said to his buddy, and now this guy is a golf pro. He's been doing it for years. He's been in tournaments and, blah, blah, blah. He's 61 years old. 61 years old. And he won the Golf Week Amateur Tour with just a putter.
Yeah, I'm reading up on this guy right now. Apparently, he is a type of trick shot artist, and I mean, if you're that good at something, do it with a full set of clubs. Go pro, make tons of money.
Apparently, he shot an 84, man, which was awesome for him. Like, that was awesome.
Maybe that's the only way he can do it if there's like a bet involved.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah.
It's like, wow, he just does that with a putter. I wonder what he'd do with a full set of golf clubs. It's like, actually, he's terrible with a full set of golf clubs.
You know what an 84 is, though?
An 84 is not great. Like, it's good enough to win, like, an amateur tournament.
I was going to say, because normally par is between 70 and 72.
Yeah.
He was anywhere between 12 to 14 over par.
Well, it depends how many par 5s there are on the course.
That's true, too. It depends on the course. It does.
So, if every hole is a par 5, which is very rare, that's 90 that you have to do to par the course. And that quick math was presented to you by second grade and passing it. No common core needed there.
Thank goodness.
Yeah, so, I mean, I doubt that they were all par 5s. If he did all, like, par 3s with a putter, it's less impressive for obvious reasons.
True.
It's a shorter distance that you'd have to go through. But still, like, who was he? I feel bad, like, if some guy's kid was in the tournament and, you know, like, that the dad's been training the kid since he was 6 years old, and the 61-year-old guy wearing nothing but a putter and some khakis and some dirty sandals and shit comes on there. No shirt. Let it all hang out. White hair. Just like saying, hey, you know, talking shit on the kid, you know, like, hey, I'm gonna kick your kid's ass, and does with a putter, you know, metaphorically throughout the golf course. It just reminds me of something from the movie Tin Cup, where Kevin Costner's character plays a whole front nine with just a 7-iron, and beats Don Johnson's character in the movie. I don't suggest watching the movie. It's a complete and total waste of time. The ending is unsatisfying. The beginning is even less satisfying. Cheech is there for no reason.
Hey, speaking of unsatisfying things, right? Not to cut you off, but I wanted to bring this up before we got into another subject. But
it was going into how Nash Bridges, how Cheech and Don Johnson probably met on Nash.
Just how like Kevin was very dissatisfied with his Thai food, I was very dissatisfied with my Chinese food. And guess where I ordered from, Sparky?
The place that we ordered from the other day?
Yes, Great Wall over in near your house. And
really?
They're
usually pretty good.
It was so bad.
We ordered from over by you the other day.
Oh, okay. Over by the supermarket, right?
Yes.
That's where I should have ordered. I didn't even.
Chinese.
Yeah.
What'd you get?
And now, see, this was the funny story that I was telling Kevin. I said I called the guy up, right? And I was like, I don't really know. Not necessarily that I don't know what I want, but I found an online menu. And I was like, I'm looking for a combination platter. I said I want a couple extra egg rolls. We're going to get the General Tso's. We're going to get the garlic beef and some Szechuan shrimp. And he goes, Szechuan shrimp. He's like, huh. Well, it's really oniony. And I'm thinking to myself, I'm like, why would someone say it's really oniony?
Because they don't make it.
Because it's weird. It was weird. So I'm like, oh man, I can deal with a couple onions. You know, this is cool.
That's like
that's
all
right.
That a BLT is very lettucey.
Very much so. Very much so. And I understand that in this COVID time, like, you know, people are under a lot of stress. They're probably getting a lot of orders. But when you specifically say that something is very, very oniony, I was like, how bad can this be? You know, let's check it out. So, Szechuan shrimp, super oniony, I'm in. I don't even care. I wanted some Szechuan shrimp. I wanted something a little spicy for my tongue, you know?
Cool zip to the zap.
So, $50 later, right? We spent $50 on Chinese. So I ended up getting a couple sweet and sour chickens. I got enough for 5 people. Boom. Mm-hmm. Right? Couple egg rolls added in there. Boom, 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 boom. All the combination platters actually come with an egg roll.
Yes.
We order there from all the time.
And I'm okay with that. I'm cool with that. I wanted extra egg rolls. So I ended up 5 extra egg rolls. Right? I was thinking, whoop, baller alert, look out, right?
Egg rolls are great, yeah.
Egg rolls. Boom. All right, so $50 later, and I'm like, man, what do they have for free that they usually give out with every Chinese restaurant? Like, every Chinese restaurant that I've ever ordered from, they always give you something for free. Nothing for the COVID. Nothing.
Wow.
Nothing for COVID.
They're in local mom and pop thing. Like
they're not a.
I don't care. I don't care. Do you know how much it costs to actually do Chinese?
Listen,
like it's like 42 cents to do Chinese, and they charge me $52.
They're gonna want to put on deals, especially during the COVID, as a promotion. Hey, we know you and your family are going through tough times, so when you order extra egg rolls, we'll take 5% off of your bill. So those egg rolls are practically free.
They're practically free.
They're just giving you cents worth of free egg rolls, basically,
Boom.
off at the top.
Boom. There you go.
Yeah, but
right?
if you're good, you don't have to get anything for free. If you're good, you don't have to give out anything for free. But if you're bad, you have to
but
give out
now
free
here's
stuff.
the thing, right? I went, or actually, staff went and picked it up, right? Because she was on her way home. And we got our food, and I looked at it, and I'm like, wow, all right, $50. This better be some amazing stuff.
It's good. Listen, I feel so bad for talking bad about them.
Here it comes.
He's talking.
So Szechuan shrimp comes in, and guess what the hell it is? It's like they opened up an onion fest inside the package, and they were like, let's just cut an entire onion. We'll just cover the whole freaking thing. And I mean from one package to the other. Let's say it's this big. They covered from one end to the other end with onions, right?
Oh, so they basically took a whole bag of pre-chopped onions, threw it in a box.
The entire thing. They were like, oh, we have an onion surplus. We're just going to cover the whole freaking thing in onions.
The guy just didn't
very oniony, so...
He said very oniony.
Maybe the guy just didn't want to make it for you, right? And he's like, oh, I told him onions.
And here he goes. He covers the whole thing in onions, and then he puts 3 shrimp inside the combination platter. So I'm like, wow. Did I order onions with the side of shrimp?
Yeah. You said it was very...
That's unusual.
That might be the husband.
Dude, it was horrible red sauce. It was like the sweet and sour sauce that you usually get with like sweet and sour chicken.
It's usually the white answer.
With onions and I think a couple bean sprouts maybe. I don't even know if there were actually bean sprouts in there because there were so many onions. I couldn't even taste anything else. And it was so bad. Like really, really bad. General Tso's chicken and the garlic beef. Not bad. It was not bad. Not in the top of my list.
Not bad. You see, Stacker,
not bad.
It's not that. Listen, those people know me by name. I know their kids. They're very nice. Like,
I'm sure they're very, very nice people to make fun of.
The woman's nicer than the guy, so I'm gonna guess that's why you had a bad time with the shrimp.
That's
the
what
guys
it was.
Yes, but we
Tony,
still
did you pull out the? You said 3 shrimp as if you were very certain there were 3 shrimp in there.
There may not have been. There may have been 2.5. It looks like there's a pre-chewed one in there.
They could have ran out of shrimp.
They could have ran out of shrimp. That's what happened. What happened to Red Lobster on Mother's Day?
Yeah, they
True.
ran out of that.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, I thought you had like a caller there, Tony, and you were like 3.
I was gonna have a little attack. It was gonna be 2. Technically, it was like 2 and a pre-chewed.
Oh,
but I'm not really counting that one. I'll count that one as 3, even though there was chunks taken out of it. I don't know. Maybe they're just like pop it back in.
Oh wait, this is for somebody's order. Throws it in there. What was I thinking?
Bastards.
Yeah, the ones at your house is pretty good. We enjoyed it.
I like that place. I should have ordered from there in the first place. I would have been severely way better with my life decisions.
Well, speaking of names for different foods and you know how they have very provocative names for shots you can get at a bar. How long do you think it's going to take until they name a shot the COVID-19?
Oh, I'm sure they already have it.
They already got it.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Well, my Chinese story was actually leading into something else. And I was actually going to talk about the Mulan story.
Oh, man.
Because officially, Disney and Mulan have officially struck their line in the proverbial sand. And they're going to hold the date at July 24th for their movie debut of Mulan, the live-action series.
Go to the drive-in.
I go to the drive-in and see Mulan because I love Mulan.
That's just about going to be it, the drive-in.
I'll take Paul. He will hate his life.
Yeah, Paul would love his 2 hands, too.
No, his hand's only bruised. It's not broken.
See, I really don't understand how there'd be that much of a Mulan
drive. There's no drive to see Mulan. I wouldn't be like, I'm going to give up my children to go see Mulan. There is no way I'm going to a COVID-packed theater in order to go see Mulan with my